Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. Thank you to all those who watch my latest painting, the yellow rose. I was just so inspired while painting it or when I was painting it. So I decided to paint another flower and this time it will be color blue. I'm not feeling blue at all. It's just that I want something like the yellow rose, monotonous colored flower and a single subject, all right? And here are the colors that we'll be using for today's painting tutorial. We have primary blue, black, lemon yellow, titanium white, and a little bit of red. As you can see here, my board is already painted black because we'll be using a black background today. So if you have your ready-made canvas or ready-made black canvas, you can use that. Or if you don't have, like me, you can just simply paint your canvas or material black. I'm using a canvas. No, this is not a canvas. I'm using a cardboard again because I kind of like the texture of the cardboard. I told you guys that I'd be buying canvases. I told you in my previous video. But then I kind of like the texture of the cardboard that I'm using. So if you're using a canvas, you can simply use an A3 size canvas board or paper. You can also use a board. You can try it out. It works for me, so it must also work for you. It must work for everyone. But yeah, I'm gonna paint it on a board. I'm gonna paint today again on a board. Let's begin now, guys. Enough talking about the material that I'm using. It doesn't really matter. To me, it's just that I kind of enjoyed the challenge of the board. It's quite challenging, to be honest. I'm just enjoying the challenge. Anyway, for the sketch, I'll be using white so that you can see it against the black. I keep saying canvas. The black background. So I'm gonna dab onto my white. Let's begin sketching. So again, since I'm just, sketching it without particular measurement, I will probably make some adjustments later, but let's just focus first on getting the shape of our flower. Again, I'm using black. I'm using white. What am I saying? I'm using white, not because the flower is white, but I want you to see the sketch against the black background. Okay, just like that. Just enjoy this process. Don't stress so much. Although I must admit that sketching is the most stressful part for me, the most stressful stage for me. I hope I share the same sentiment with some of you or most of you. If I'm not mistaken, I think sketching, it's like doing the 70% of the work for me, okay? Maybe for some who love to draw, I think you enjoy sketching more than painting. Me, I enjoy painting, but I cannot really enjoy painting without the drawing part, so I take it as part of the fun. I just call it challenging. I'm not calling it like the worst part of the painting process. And for some of you who believe in tracing, it's all right. Believe in what you believe in. It's just that I don't believe in sketching. I mean, in tracing. And we cannot really convince each other about that. We have different opinion about tracing. Even if you or some of you tell me that the masters, you know, use tracing and all that, I think you can simply keep it to yourself. I'm not gonna change my mind about my opinion about tracing. It's a personal preference that you may or may not like. So I also don't care if some people enjoy tracing. I respect them because they have their own sense of accomplishment. When they finish a painting and they really feel good about the painting, it's really all inside. It's all about you. It's not about people who look at your painting. It's all about how you feel towards your painting. Me, I don't feel good when I trace, all right? So I don't think there's someone out there who can convince me that tracing can make me feel good about my painting. So again, I'm not really against it. It's just that for myself, I don't feel good about it, all right? So yeah, why did we talk about that? Anyway, as you can see here, the flower is already done. It's nice, right? The shape, I'm so proud of myself for being able to do this without having a hard time proportioning everything. And I'm gonna add a little bit of back petal down here. It will be in darker colors later. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna underpaint. And for the underpainting, of course, as I told you, we'll be using blue. I'll be getting my primary blue. I'll be adding tiny bit of red to make it purplish, but not really super violet, okay? Maybe this color. And as you can see, I did not wash my brush, so there's still white paint. And I want that white paint to make my colors, or to make the color quite visible. The blue is quite translucent. So yeah, okay. I'm starting to sketch now. I mean to underpaint now, each petal. I'm gonna leave some of the sketch line for now, just for me to be guided where the separation of the petals are, or where the separation of the petals are, because I don't want to lose track of the separation lines. But later we will be painting over that sketch line, totally removing it. For now, I'm just gonna thin that sketch line. All right, okay, same here. So just paint everything this color. So just a mixture of blue and a little bit of red, a little bit of white. You can do that. Okay. Our flower painting is primarily blue, meaning we're not going to be using too much of other colors. So this is a very good way of focusing first on a single color subject. But we're going to make lots and lots of tones. We'll be adding black and white as may be necessary to make our flower painting more 3D, more lively, okay? As if you want to touch the flower. I hope you can see it. All right, you can see it definitely. I have a good, I mean, my lighting is not that bad. Oops, I think I add a little more white. Gonna add a little bit of red. Again, I don't want to remove the sketch line at this moment. I'm still keeping a little bit of that sketch line present. But don't forget that we will be completely eliminate or paint over that sketch line because we actually don't need that. It's just for preliminary purposes. I need it. If you don't need it, if you think you can remember where your lines are, it's okay. You can actually paint over it now. Because I work fast. I mean, as much as possible, I want to work fast. Just bores me if I work so slow. So I'm gonna be more quick now. Okay. I feel more tired when I work so slow. I don't know if you're like that. I mean, if you're like me, I just feel more tired. Like I feel that the workload is on my shoulders. Something like that. For sure there are some people like me, not just me. I'm adding a little bit of petal here, back petal, just to balance things out. Okay. All right. So that's actually the underpainting for each petal. As you can see here, everything is painted over now with the remaining sketch lines. Now I'm gonna get again my pure blue, red, now more white. We're going to create some lighter version of the colors that we just had for the petals. Lighter version. You can add more red. I kind of like the more violet color, more than blue. So I'm gonna add more white because again we're doing the lighter version, and we'll be using this light version from the center going outside. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna drag, okay, I'm gonna add more white, and you can use the dry brushing technique. So I'm just gonna make some highlight. I want to remove the excess water from my paintbrush. Okay, like that. So my paint is still wet. I mean, the underpainting for the petals is still wet, but it's okay. You can do the wet on wet technique. I don't like that technique at all, but I mean, I can, only that I don't like it because it just consumes so much of my time. Anyway, I'm gonna use it now. I'm just gonna lightly apply the light colors to highlight it. Okay, just like that. Good. I'm gonna wash my brush out. Now let's move to the center of the flower, which will be the pollens. Okay, now I'm gonna get my yellow. We've got yellow here. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of black, just to tone that color down. Okay, and then white. Again, black, just to tone the color down. We don't want super yellow just yet, okay, because we're doing the preliminary painting. So I might change my brush because this brush is not really good. Anyway, I'm gonna use this color to create the pollens already. I will check if I'll be changing my brush. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, now with this yellow, I'm gonna add blue to make it green. Okay, and using this green color, let's go inside and just cover the remaining black color that you see with this green color. Right. Okay, I'm gonna allow this first to dry. Okay, let's go back to the flower. I'm gonna change my brush now. I'm gonna use a smaller brush so that I have more control. So using my blue and black, I'm just gonna get some dark blue. You can add a little bit of red. Okay, again, my red is too strong. So just create dark blue red. And we're going to use that on certain areas. Like for this petal. Let's use that color. I'm gonna add more black because I really want it to be quite dark blue. Now I'm trying to cover or remove the sketch lines. Okay, just apply some of this dark blue color. Actually, it's blue red. Remember to add the red because it will just simply give more life by giving it, you know, a little bit of that color. It's not just blue, it's also a little bit of red. Because of the light and the absence of light, the colors of the object just change. Okay, again, let's use dark blue to color. Remember that blue must be the most dominant color. It should not really be mixing with the black. Like, you can still see the petal, only that it's quite dark. But do not make it black. We still want to see that. Okay, again, just okay, like that. All right, like that. Okay, like that. I'm gonna use my smaller brush because I think my brush is too thick. I'm gonna get my black, mix it with blue. Again, black. Let's try to go into more detailing. I'm gonna separate the petals from one another or from each other. Like that. Let me check. Okay. I can still see some sketch lines, but we're going to be removing that later. Okay, I'm gonna use my black to start. separating. And then using black, I'm gonna darken the area right under the pollens. Like that. And then using some light blue, I'm gonna get my white and blue. Let's add a little bit of red. Okay, like that. All right, this is actually, we're getting there, but it's not really detailed the way I want it to. But later we will go there. All right, let's just wait. I'm gonna get my black and I'm gonna start cleaning the areas because I think that's the sketch lines just makes my painting a little more cartoonish. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the petals while I wait for some of the petals to dry. I'm gonna go back to the pollens, I mean. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Gonna add a little bit of greens. Little dots. And then using white, we're going to highlight usually the left side of the petals, of the pollen, sorry. Right. I'm gonna wait for the pollens to dry because I'll be doing some glazing, all right, later. Let's go to the center of the flower. I'll be using a little bit of watered down black, and I'm gonna make some shading to give it depth. I'm gonna darken the inner portion of this green color. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and okay, I'm not sure if I should wait for. All right, let's wait. I don't want to ruin the wet paint. I'm gonna get my black again. Let's just make some glazing down here. Okay, I'll be using another brush, just a clean brush. I'm gonna get again my blue, a little bit of white, okay, a little bit of red. Basically the same colors that we've been using since the beginning. Now I'm gonna make some dry brush or dry brushing. Like that. All right, making some highlights already. Good. I like it. You know, it's gonna sound cheesy, but I think I have to say it. I think painting, the stages of painting is like life, you know. At first, it does not make sense to you, and sometimes you just want to give it up since it's not making any sense. You feel like it's not really working for you. But then later on, as you go on, you kind of figure out why things were happening the way they were happening at that time. So it's like painting. What I'm saying is that at first I was like, where is this going? Why am I doing this? I think I chose the wrong subject, something like that. So it's very similar to life, you know. Painting is not just about painting. It's also my time for me to realize a lot of things. Sometimes we think that the only thing that we need to have is a particular thing, and then if we don't get it, we will be sad forever. But then later on, we find out that, oh, good thing we didn't get what we thought we wanted for ourselves, because there are better things coming. Okay, I sound so cheesy at the moment. I don't know what's going on with me. But yeah. Okay, I think the pollens are already dry. I can paint over it now. I'm gonna use black, water down, just like what we did with the inside of the pollen. All right, I'm messing up here. I'm just gonna, oh. Okay, I think the pollens are still wet. So I'm gonna go and make some glazing right here. I'm still using black, water down, and we're going to color the bottom portion of the petals down here so that we create that dimension to make our painting more 3D. All right, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna get my blue. Let's make this area quite visible. I think I made it too dark. Let's make it visible, even if it's in the background. Okay, again, blue and red. some highlights. And this one I'm gonna make lighter. It's too dark. Okay, I think I should go back to the pollens. So using some yellow and white, let's go back to the pollens. We don't want to neglect this part. Some white. Let me check. I want to check. All right. Just a little more. Okay, now I'll be using my blue. to kind of give it some sort of glazing. Okay. We want our picture to be one, like coherent. We don't want so much highlight that it kind of separates the petals and the whole sense of the flower from the painting. Like it should be one. I hope I'm making sense. It's so difficult. Coherence means it is a blue flower. We disregard the highlights because definitely the highlights look like white, right? But because of coherence, they become blue because it's the most dominant color. So we want to retain the dominance of blue by glazing it with blue color without, however, removing the highlights that we just did. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna make some cleaning again. And then using black, you know, I'm gonna keep going back to certain areas. We're gonna separate it from the bottom or from the back petal. Just like that. And I'm gonna create a little bit of shadow. Just a little bit of shadow. It's very subtle. Very negligible, but if you don't or if you observe it, it's gonna make a little bit of difference. Not a little actually, but a huge one. Let's create some dark greens. Let's create some dark greens. Just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna get my black. I just want to make some pollens like separated. Sorry, I'm sorry guys, I keep on like breathing deeply. uh, yeah. Going to make the center more green. And again, I think this is too dark. Just gonna apply blue. Just like that. Okay, and we're gonna darken this portion. Right, just like that. Get your blue. Better, better, better. Now, I really don't like the way I highlighted this area. So I'm gonna apply a glaze of blue color. We're not really removing it completely, but we're trying to darken the highlight. It should not be super bright. Also right here. So the most highlighted part actually is the middle section. It goes outwards. So meaning the brightest part will be the center and the least bright part will be outside or towards the edges of the petals. So or to achieve that, we're going to glaze dark colors, or we're going to glaze this area with dark colors, and we're going to highlight the middle section with lighter colors. I mean, we already did. What I'm saying is that's how you achieve it. I think this is good. Yeah, I think this is good, guys. Because I'm just trying to obsess now. I keep saying that word obsessed because I have the tendency to really obsess over my paintings, and no shame. I'd rather obsess on my painting than on a person. No way. Okay, I think this is good. This is done. And I have to sign this now. But wait. All right. This is dry, right? This should be dry. Okay, not really dry, but I'm gonna try again to make some dark, okay, some watered down black color. I'm not gonna press too hard because it's still wet. So I'm gonna try to darken it because we want to suggest least light hitting this area. Okay, let me check. Okay, better. Okay, that's better. I like it. Okay, all right, I'm gonna sign this now because if I don't sign this now, I'm gonna obsess over it. I'm gonna sign. I'm gonna use my white sign right here. Okay. And we're done, guys. We're done. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope I did not stress you so much. So if you're painting along with me, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this painting, write in the comment section below. And if you want to paint along with me, there are so many tutorials on my channel. You can check them out. I'll be also linking in the description box below the flower painting tutorials that I've done in the past. It's a playlist so that you can get easy access to those tutorials. So see you in my next video. Bye guys.